Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. This lesson today we'll have a look at multiplying two-digit number by a two-digit number. So our learning intention is just I am learning to multiply. Our success criteria, we will be able to use our times table knowledge. We will be using place value correctly. And by the end of today we will have used a chimney sum, sometimes called a vertical sum or a tower sum, to solve a two-digit number by a two-digit number. We will also have a wee challenge at the end and have a look at times in a three-digit number by a two-digit number. So let's have a quick recap first of all. Imagine we had a two-digit number multiplied by a one-digit number, for example 24 multiplied by 4. There are lots of different strategies to solve this sum. Just for this lesson we are going to have a look at chimney sums or tower sums, vertical sums. So we would lay it out like this: 24 on top, 4 underneath, tens and units column, making sure everything is nicely lined up underneath each other. That will help you when you come to solving the sum. First things first, we look at the units. So we've got 4 and 4 in the units, so we'll do 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16. So the 6 goes in the units and we carry the 1. You can carry the 1 wherever it suits you. I like to put it underneath at the bottom, some people like to put it at the top, just depends what works best for you. The next step is doing 2 multiplied by 4, so sort of crossing over into the tens column now. So 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, but we've got the 1 at the bottom to carry, to add on, so that means that our answer is going to be 9. So the answer to that sum is 96. We just pop the answer in the answer box there. So hopefully that is making sense. That's a quick recap, and we can move on to having a look at two digits multiplied by two digits. So imagine this time we've got 24 multiplied by 14. We set the sum out in a similar way. We've got 24, 14 underneath, nice tens and units columns there. We start the sum in the same way. We do 4 multiplied by 4, that's the units column, and we pop in 16 as our answer. The next step is the 4 multiplied by 2 again, that sort of diagonal sum there. So 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, add the 1 on from down the bottom and we get 9, so 96 for the first part of the sum. The next part of the sum is a little bit tricky, and this is where people can make mistakes. We now need to times 24 by 10. So I've circled the 1 there because that's what we're going to be doing as the next step. So to make it easier for ourselves, what we can do, underneath the 96 in the units column, put in a 0 placeholder. What that does is it changes the sum from timesing it by 10 to timesing it by 1, so that we're already a step ahead. So put that 0 placeholder in, and now we can go back up to the top to have a look at what the next steps are. So first of all, we do 1 multiplied by 4. We go back to the units and sort of do another crisscross sum there. So 1 multiplied by 4 is 4, and we pop the answer in the tens column this time, so underneath the 9. The next part is then the 1 multiplied by 2 in the tens column, and that is 2, so we make a new column, a hundreds column, and we write the 2 in there. We now have 96 and 240, which we need to add up. So we can pop in another answer box there for us to do and use our addition strategies to add that up. So hopefully we have got 336 for that answer. Let's do another quick example together. So this time we're going to have a look at 32 multiplied by 25. So again, setting it out just like this, with our nice tens and units column, nice big answer box for us to work out. We start off by doing 32 times 5, so we do 5 times 2, which is 10. We carry the 1 over into the tens column. 5 times 3, which is 15, add the 1, which gives us 16, so in total we've got 160. The next bit we move on to doing 32 times 20, so we put that 0 placeholder in underneath, and then we can times everything by 2. So we do 2 times 2, which gives us 4, put that answer in the tens column, and then we do 2 times 3, which is 6, put that answer in the hundreds column. We now need to add those two answers up. So hopefully if you've used your addition strategies, you will have got 800 for that answer. Remember, you can go back and have a look at these examples again. If it's gone too fast for you, maybe pause the video and you can try them out yourselves. What I've now got for you is some practice questions to work through. We've got two difficulty levels, so I've got a medium and I've got hot. Medium focuses on the 2, 3, 4 and 5 times table, and hot focuses on all the times table facts, so you can decide what practice section you would like to do. So you can pause the video here and work those ones out, and we'll go over the answers in a second. Okay, hopefully you've had a wee chance to go over these practice ones. We'll start with the medium and see what we got for those answers. So the first one was 32 multiplied by 15. So hopefully you've laid it out in a nice chimney sum like this. The first line of your answer should be 160. The second line of your answer should be 320. And when we add those together, we should have got 480. So the answer to that question was 480. Next question was 41 multiplied by 12. So again, setting it out nice and beautifully like that. We are then going to have a look at the first line of the answer. So the first line of the answer should have been 82. The second line of the answer should have been 410. And when we add those two together, we should have got 492. Third one there, 52 multiplied by 13. First line of the answer should have been 156. Second line of the answer should have been 520. Add those two lines together and we should have got 676 as our final answer. Last question, 25 multiplied by 22. First line of the answer is 50. Second line is 500. Add those two together and we get 550. So well done if you managed to get those questions. If not, just pause the video here, have another wee look through, see where you went wrong. We'll have a look now at the hot, and so the first one was 66 multiplied by 39, so a nice chimney sum over at the side. The first line of our answer should have been 594. Take your time with those multiplication sums. Second line of the answer should have been 1980, and when we add those two up we should have got 2574. Second one on the hot is 81 multiplied by 63. First line of the answer should have been 243. Second line 4860. Add the two answers up to get our final answer of 5103. Third question on hot, 49 multiplied by 72. So the first line of the answer is 98, and then we get 3430 for our second line, and the final answer, adding those two sections up, 3528. Last question on hot was 39 multiplied by 58. First line of the answer is 312. Second line was 1950. Add those two answers up and we get 2262. So well done if you managed to get the hot. Again, if not, you can pause the video, go back and have another wee look. Maybe you've made a little mistake somewhere and have a wee double check at that. Let's have a quick look at a challenge question now. So a 3-digit multiplied by a 2-digit number. The method works the same way, there's just an extra wee bit that we have to multiply. So let's imagine we've got 316 multiplied by 26. This time we lay it out in our chimney sum with a hundreds column, tens column and units column, just like that. We do the first line first, which would be 316 times 6. So we do 6 times 6, which is 36, carry the 3 underneath. 6 times 1, which is 6, add on the 3, which becomes 9 in our tens column. and then we do 6 times 3, which is 18, and we make a thousands column for that answer. We then do the exact same method as before, where we put a 0 placeholder in the units column so that we can multiply by 2. So we do 2 times 6, which is 12, and carry the 1 over into the hundreds column. 2 times 1, which is 2, add on the 1, which makes 3 in the hundreds column, and then 2 times 3, which is 6 in the thousands column. Add those two answers up, and we should have got 8,216 as the final answer there. So that was the challenge for this method. As I have mentioned as I'm going through, common mistakes can come up using this method. Place value can be the main issue that can happen if we're maybe not carrying into the right column, or if maybe we're not spreading it out nicely enough and our numbers are getting all jumbled. When we come to add it up, it can therefore cause a bit of confusion, so take your time with your place value. Make sure you've got a tens and units column, hundreds column, thousands column if you need it. Another common error can be adding errors. Sometimes we forget to add on any numbers that we've carried over into the next column, so just be careful and make sure that you're including those when you're adding up. And of course we can have multiplication errors. Maybe we've just not quite counted our multiplication or times table skills accurately, and that can obviously cause then errors as we go along. So please take your time and double check your work as you're going along. So hopefully you have learned how to use your chimney sums to solve a 2-digit times a 2-digit number, and we're beginning to think about a 3-digit number times a 2-digit number. We'll continue to practice our times table knowledge, and we'll continue to practice using place value correctly. So well done guys, I'll see you soon.